こんにちは。金東翔ですね。This is it for now. I speak in English. I often ask myself, how does the manufacturing industry look like in 2030? Which technology will provide most impact to the industry and to the society? Are we heading in the right direction? I hope we all do. But we need to get together, to work together, to go to the right direction. Last year, September, in Seoul, there was an ASM meeting in Seoul, and they introduced a kind of a position paper, which is called Innovative Partnership for Inclusive Prosperity. What that means that is, in order for us to build the great future, we need to work together. International collaboration is so important. There are some common principles that diffusion of creativity and innovation, as German and the Japan is doing well. And the other part is the regulation, the regulatory policies, and then fostering the favorable conditions for digital transformation. These are the great initiatives to work together for the international collaboration. What does the manufacturing industry look like? It has been like hardware-centric manufacturing industries, now turning into software. So we need to put together these two together. I like to put 2 points in this case. One is on the hardware side, we do not we have to focus on the things of a sustainable future. In other words, we are manufacturing very well. Where does it come from? How do we use it? It's a circular type of economy. The resource is not unlimited. We have to use wise ourselves with limited resources. Therefore, we are not only focusing on the production, design, and the materials, how do we get the materials back effectively and efficiently? And the other side of the software side, one point is, yes, industry in these days is a combination of hardware and software. In the software side, well, if you look at it now, human and machine. Somebody said that cobotics, the human-machine interface. How do we effectively interface the human and machine side? Well, let's take a look at our industry, manufacturing industry. How do we best utilize the Industry 4.0 or Fourth Industrial Revolution technologies? This is a report from the World Economic Forum. World Economic Forum has a Future Production Committee, and there is a Technology and Innovation Work Group issued a report early this year saying that if we utilize the current technologies rightfully, by 2025, there's an added value of about $1.5 trillion that we can add values to it. But so far, only very, very small fraction of the money has been captured. Why? There are so many reasons for that. This is why I think we need to get together to accelerate these technologies applying to the industry. And this is McKinsey, same as the World Economic Forum report, say that majority of companies, like 78%, are initial pilot, thinking about it and utilizing it, of the Industry 4.0 technologies and that. But 22% is company-wide adoption. But so far, this is 2016. And by the 2017, that's zero. Zero has been utilized company-wide. Okay. Let's now go back to Korea. Where are we? And Korea has been one of the fastest growing countries in the world. Of course, the main driving force of Korea's growth is manufacturing industry, especially in the heavy industries. Now, we are facing some of the downturns. As you can see from the graph, from 1990 to the 2015, you can see that there is a steady growth of the market share, production market share, from 2.2 to 3.5. Whereas in 2017, it goes to down a little bit. Okay. The other signs, manufacturing growth rate has been down quite significantly. Average operating rate in Korea manufacturing also steadily going down. We need to turn this around by utilizing the Industry 4.0 or Fourth Industrial Revolution. This is our challenge. And there is some private technical expert group we are proposing to the government to the following. We know that the importance of the technology and R&D. We put that because I'm a technologist as well. So we put that on top, technology and innovation. But that's not enough. On the bottom side, is corporate culture is another one that we need to move up. And then human resource innovation. It could relate to the workforce. Okay? So top down is technology and innovation, and the bottom up, corporate culture and the human resource innovation that could turn into business model innovation and product innovation, followed by process innovation, which we generally talk about process innovation. On the side, as you can see, as a two big pillar, which is a global collaboration, and the other side is infrastructure innovation. With all that, we believe that Korea or other countries can be globally competitive, as well as because of that, we could create very, very good quality workforce. So this is kind of the roadmap that we are developing. Process innovation, I'd like to give a simple example on the process innovation. This is one of the largest steel mill in Korea that, as you can see on the left-hand side, this is a steel with a zinc coating. So zinc molten pot is there. If you look at the molten zinc pot, and this is steel plate. So steel plate going up and down, then for the automotive car, you are coating the zinc on the part of the steel. Okay? And how do you control the thickness of the zinc coating? Is by this air knife. Using this air knife is controlling the thickness. This is a continuous process. Well, this is the previous regression model and the manual. And people, this is have a regression model, and then the human expert is watching on it by looking at the thickness measurement. If there is some variation on it, the human expert controls it. Okay? And that decrease in accuracy when changing steel types and equipment type. So we have to rely on experts. Well, now, AI-based model is continually taking the machine learning, and this is an online acquisition system is done. Out of this, the result is tremendous. This is standard deviation look, but if I say in one word that it used to be variation like 85, 84%. Right now, the variation is 99%, which is a tremendous improvement by utilizing the current IoT and the AI and big data. This is a small example of what happens in the industry. Well, this is good for big size company. But what about the small size SMEs? This is a real big headaches to us. When we talk about Industry 4.0 or technology and innovation, actually, if you ask each person their definition and then how they go, is everybody is different. So I've been working with SMEs in the last 2 years or so, that while companies recognize opportunities of Industry 4.0, many do not know how and where to start. Understanding and the pace of digital transformation is uneven across industries and individuals. Therefore, we developed an evaluation tool to provide a common level of understanding and show that where to start and how to implement across all industries regarding Industry 4.0 effort. Therefore, we developed the so-called the level assessment tool. I'm not going to go deep, but there are 5 process steps there. The key item is how digitized they were, and how connectivity is did, how intelligent in their manufacturing is made. Well, I'm not going to go details about it, but what we have questions about the 13 different areas. First of all, leadership. Do they understand Industry 4.0 or Fourth Industrial Revolution? In what level of it? And service, and process, and product, and health and safety, and supply chain. All these 13 elements we evaluate in each company, and then this is where you are. Okay, by showing that we have a level from level 0 to level 6. Went there, and we give this chart like that, which area they are lacking. When we developed this one of the largest automotive company in Korea came to us that asked us to develop specifically for their company, because each individual company individuals are different. Somebody said automation is done. We are very good in Industry 4.0. Some other person said it's not. So, but surprisingly, when we first did for the SMEs, their point is 0.2 or 0.3. Now, after 2 years, they are about 1.5 to 2. Okay, last but not least, I'd like to touch upon one other thing, transformation of an industrial city into the smart industrial city. There are so many activities going on in smart city activities. Well, for the manufacturing side, what I'm interested in is that a city is heavily dependent on manufacturing. For example, Detroit is just live and die with automotive industries. City of Ulsan, live and die with heavy industries. There are some special cities that live and die with the conventional manufacturing. And many of those, the industrial cities are declining or on the verge of bankrupt. Do we have any idea to transform this heavily dependent on conventional manufacturing city into the smart city? So far, we've talked about the technologies. I'd like to focus on these two. The strong technology can bring 2 things. If the technology is strong, but society is not flexible, we are binded by the machine. Very, very unpleasant society. So what we need to do that is we need a sustainable society, not only looking for the technology, but also flexibility of the society. How do we do that? I do not know. But there are so many smart city projects going on. I'm not the smart city guys. But the cities, which is industrial or manufacturing oriented cities, we can do something together. Hopefully. This is what I'm proposing it. So conventional industrial city, by global collaboration, we could transform transform the industrial city into the smart city. What do I do? What do we do? We get together, so showing that, build a platform. Because each city may be different. Some cities are energy-oriented, some other cities are petrochemical or automotive, environment. There's so many different. But the basic platform utilizing the Industry 4.0 technologies will be the same, similar. So with that, innovation, technology, servitization, society, and sustainable production, that we could, together, we could create a new cluster of the new smart city. This is what I'm proposing it. And the World Economic Forum Future Production Committee are very interested in this one to work together. We are making the proposal. So I like to take the podium to solicit your input for the collaboration of this effort. In summary, let me point out a few things. Digital transformation has to be taken from the entire value chain. And while companies recognize the opportunity for Industry 4.0, many do not know where and how to start. Therefore, the common denominator, common tool to evaluate where you are, not the subjective, objective, that kind of evaluation tool may be effective to come up with which area are weak, which area you're strong relative to each other. And finally, I'd like to invite to join the international collaboration community to transform the manufacturing-oriented city into a smart industrial city. Thank you very much.